Welcome back, guys, for another attempt at fixing New York's traffic. Oh yeah, now, a couple of episodes, I tried to fix the traffic, and as you can see, without any real success. But I've learned about a new tool in the fight against traffic. I'm gonna pause this for a second, and I'm gonna come over to here to Passaic. Now, the problem with this this destinations layer is that it's showing you all the traffic for everything, and it kind of all blends together, and it's like, yes, there's a lot of traffic, but I can't really see what's going on. And I had never noticed this, but somebody pointed out there is a filter where you can filter it out by town. Oh my god, this makes such a difference, because let me show you. So for example, Passaic over here, there's a hell of a lot going on, right? But where is it actually coming from? And where are the people in Passaic actually going to and stuff? So if we take a look at this and filter this by Passaic, now we can see what's really going on. So we can see that there's a lot of people, like there's a bunch of people over here who are not really covered by this. And where are they going to? Well, if we look, we can see they're going out to Fort Lee and North Bergen and Union City and Hoboken and down to Jersey City. And they're even going into Midtown Manhattan. So, like, what can we do to start satisfying these people? Well, the second part of the jigsaw puzzle is actually taking a look at where people are actually coming from and going to. So if we come down here, just like might pick anybody. So you're headed out of Passaic. Where are you going? Okay, well, he's going to Rutherford by car. Well, hang on, there is a bus service between Passaic and Rutherford. So why isn't he using the bus service? Well, the first thing we need to do is look at his where he's living. So he's living in a residential building, and it's over here. It's one of these. Probably this one. And that is kind of on the edge, like right on the edge of the bus stop coverage. So first thing is, we don't have enough coverage. I mean, there are some buildings which are like completely outside the coverage area. And obviously, just having them covered doesn't mean that they're going to come over here, because obviously this guy is not using the bus service. So we need a more extensive bus service. And then where was he going to is the question. Was he one of these guys? Let's have a look. That was Brittany Hughes. No, not you. Was it Michael Washington we were looking? I think it might have been Michael. Yes, it was Michael Washington we were looking at. And then he's going to Rutherford. Well, let's have a look at this commercial building in Rutherford. Okay, so he's going there. Well, look. It's outside of the range. Now, maybe if that was inside the range, and this house looks like it's just inside the range, maybe he'd go over there, right? So let's find out, shall we? So what I'm going to do is start improving our traffic systems. But it makes you realise that you've got to do things at quite a detail level to get things to really work. So let's do it. Over here, we've got Rutherford. I've got two lines in here, so we've got no local bus service at all, right? It's just if you can walk to that bus stop, then you're covered. Otherwise, forget it. And look, there's all these places out here which are not covered. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in like a proper bus station. Sounds like a plan. So what do I want? I want buildings, and I want a bus station. I'm going to have 4 platforms, I think. And we'll try and put in a 30 meter. Yeah, we should have room for a 30 meter. So I'm going to put it right slap bang in the center of Rutherford over here. You know what? Am I going to put it? I'm going to put it like slap bang in the middle of there. Yeah, boom, in you go. And then we're going to configure this, and I'm going to put a road there. Now, I mean, I could potentially, I could put a road there as well, and potentially a road on this side as well. And I've got to say, I'm kind of tempted to, because can you see that it creates these little blue paths which extend the coverage of the station? So I've got to say, I'm really tempted to do that. The other way that I could do it though is to actually put on more. See, now if I extend that, then we get the blue paths. So you know what? I'm going to put another stop in there, Now, on that side, I'm going to have to go out even further to get a stop there. Now again, I could have put extra roads, but I think I'm going to do it like that, and we'll see how that works out. So you know what? Let's at least extend those. And am I going to extend those? Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay. So having put in a nice big station, and let's see what's the coverage of that. Ooh, it actually covers supposedly everything. Let's also do a bit of work on the street. So let's have that street hooked up to there. We should probably do this with curvy roads here. So let's try that again. Because the roads out here are a bit curvy. Yeah, I'm really tempted to hook that up through there, and I'm going to. It's going to cost me a bit, but we've got cash. We can start doing this. And then this road should maybe come round and hook up to there. And I've got to say, I would kind of like that to hook up to there, but I don't know whether you'll actually do that. No. Let's try. If I take it from there, we could hook it up like that. You know what? Let's do it. All right, cool. So now we've got the road sorted out. We've got a central bus station. I'm also going to put some extra bus stops in. So let's grab some bus stops. Where? Buildings. Here we go. I'm going to put a bus stop, I think, like out here. And I'm going to put another one like out here. Just to make sure we've got like seriously good coverage. Now, this stop here, I should have actually taken that out before I put that in. Okay, so Passaic Rutherford, instead of going to Rutherford, we actually want you to go to there, and then we'll get rid of Rutherford. And then we'll do the same thing with this one, manage line. We want you to go there and don't go to Rutherford. Cool. So we can now get rid of this. Goodbye. And what will happen is the people from that stop will then go and wander over there. Awesome sauce. Okay, so that's that started to get Rutherford sorted out. We do need to put in, I'm going to put in a new line. This is going to be a local bus line, and it's going to run from there through the station, and it's going to go out to there, and then it's going to come back to the station. Right, and this is going to be LB Rutherford, and it's going to be red like all the local bus lines. So the local bus lines are red, and the intercity bus routes are yellow. Okay, so I didn't change the colour on that line. Why didn't I change the colour on that line? Let's try that again. Red, please. Thank you. Okay, so that's Rutherford sorted out. Now we need to sort out Passaic. So let's go over to Passaic, and we want similar kind of stuff. So we'll extend this street kind of out there. Put that up. We'll hook that street up across. You know what? I'm going to do this with a straight street. So have a nice street coming across there. I'm going to run a street down there as well. Now the reason for putting these streets in is so that you get better coverage, because like if you want to get out here, for example, then the coverage has either got to go all the way around there or all the way around here. Whereas if you start putting in connections in between, then the coverage takes shorter routes, and so your coverage goes further. I think what we'll do is we'll link that up to there, and then maybe we take that out. And then I'm seriously thinking of putting a connection like up there. So now if I go straight, oh, you know what? If I go a tiny bit further across, I can put this in and only take out one building. You know what? I'm going to do it. Boom. In you go. All right, cool. Now, this road here is very, very stupid. I really don't like that road. It's just kind of ridiculous. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bite the bullet. It's going to cost me like 400,000 to do it, but I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to put the road going across there because it's a hell of a lot more sensible. And then the station here, or rather the bus stop here, you can see it doesn't quite cover everything out here. It's not covering that one. So I think what we'll do is we'll demolish it. I'm going to put in a bus station again. This one, I think I'm only going to have... am I going to put... You know what? I'm just going to put a big station in. Like, what the hell? It doesn't hurt. Let's swing you around, kind of, sort of like that. Maybe like that. And then we'll pop you in, let's say, oh man, you know what? I'm going to angle it around a little bit more. So you're going to go in there. Then we'll, that's not what I wanted. Configure. We'll put a road going out that side. Excellent. Okay. Now that should have picked up the line. Yes, it has picked up the Rutherford Passaic line. But again, I want some local buses going on. So I'm going to put in. I'm going to put a bus stop out there, and I'm going to put a bus stop probably out here as well. I've got to say, I'm kind of tempted to have one like out here as well, but I think that's actually close enough. The only thing is, it would be even better if we had a road going out there. You know what? What about if I put a stop maybe there? Can I get a street access? And then I can get a street access to hook up there, which will extend the coverage even further. Cool. And then we'll put in a new line, which is going to go from 6th Street to the station to there, and then back through the station. Cool. We want it to be red, of course. And we want this to be called LB Passaic. Local bus Passaic. Cool. Right, so what we need to do now is put some buses on this route. I'm going to add, I'm going to add a bus depot in the middle between Rutherford and Passaic. Let's just rotate it a tiny little bit, pop you in there. Now, I have got a depot over here, but I think I'm going to use this one for this. So, what I should do is just check my terminals and make sure everything's spread out. Yes, it is. And are we spread out over at Rutherford? That's on 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we want... I'm thinking probably like 4 vehicles on the Passaic line. This is weird. It's going out here and turning round when you would have thought that it would have gone like round there or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, whatever. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I am going to buy, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put them on, if I zoom in a little bit, put those on LB Passaic, and then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put those on LB Rutherford. Okay, so the idea here is to kind of test this out and see, can I get all the people in Passaic going to Rutherford by public transport, and all the people in Rutherford going to Passaic by public transport? Now, if I can prove out that the coverage does reduce the traffic between these two, then it's just a case of extending it out. And if you look at somewhere like Fort Lee, right? There's a whole area up here which is not covered, right? And the same if you go like through here, right? This area here, we've got a bus stop up there, we've got a bus stop there, but there's a whole bunch in between that's not covered. So I just need like a lot more bus stops and a lot more coverage. Same between North Bergen and there. Yeah, there's a whole area here which is not covered. And of course, that means they're all producing cars, and those are the cars that are blocking all of our tunnels and bridges and whatever. So, let's see. Does this work? Well, what I'm going to do is, rather than sit here and watch this, we'll let this run and we'll see, like, when it's run for a little while, how it resolves our traffic. Okay, so I've run it on for a couple of years. Let's see what's happened. Right. Well, if we take a look at, well, first of all, let's take a look at the destinations layer. And as you can see, we've still got people going out, right? But mostly they're going out to the rest of Jersey. Okay, there are a couple going out to places in Rutherford, right? But you will always get one or two going by car, right? But the majority, you can see, like 20. We've got 28 cars which are just driving straight through Rutherford and going on to other places in Jersey. Okay, fine. Have we increased the traffic between Passaic and Rutherford on public transport? Yeah, we have. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the ICB, the intercity bus route. And this thing, if we look at the charts, you can see that we've had a nice spike up in traffic. This was, so we were here, and then this was kind of not quite a full year, and then we're up at this level. And if we look at the finances, you can see that we've made more than we've ever made before. And in actual fact, we're starting to build up quite the backlog of people wanting to go between Passaic and Rutherford. And you can see we're maxed out on the line. So in actual fact, let's go and check out Rutherford and see if it's the same. Passaic, Rutherford, not quite so many waiting at Rutherford, but I think probably a good idea to put an extra couple of vehicles on that line. So what do I want? American stagecoaches, boom, boom. And we'll put those onto, if I change the angle, we should get less lines. There we go, onto Passaic, Rutherford. Cool. Are we getting any people on the local lines? Now, bear in mind, this covers almost everything. We have got a few houses here not covered by the centre, and we've got a few houses out here not covered by the centre. So, are they using the buses? I did put an extra bus stop over here. So if we look at this, line now, you can see that it actually goes, like, it does some weird things though. Like you would expect it to go down here and then round here, but it's not doing that, and I don't really know why it's not doing that. You know what? Let's look at the terminals. Okay, we want you coming out on this side, so actually you should be stopping at platform 2. Ah, now it's better. Hooray! Good. Okay, sweet. And we could probably get this one sorted out as well. So we could probably get this one. We could actually do with a road going through here, couldn't we? Really? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a road through there. We're going to have a road running. Let's do this with a curvy road. I think we want just a slight curve going through there like that. Boom. Oh, and now we've got a nice route going around there. But we do cross over there. So I gotta say, I'm kind of tempted to swap this onto the other terminal. If we swap it onto terminal 1. Ah, see, now we don't cross over. So we just go down there, round and straight back, which helps the traffic flow a little bit. Although, let's face it, here, not exactly a problem. Okay, so let's see. We are picking up passengers. And as the town grows, and the town is growing, it's already expanded a fair amount. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at this. Destinations. We now have 1,500 destinations that these people can get to. And as we link up the rest of Jersey, that's only going to increase. So the next job is going to be to do the same thing that I've done with Rutherford and Passaic to all the towns on the Jersey side. You know what? I tell you what. I'll do Fort Lee with you guys here, right? And then I'll do the others like offline. Then we'll run it for a bit, and we'll see if we can basically eliminate the traffic from Passaic. And well, Rutherford's going to be more difficult because there's going to be traffic from Rutherford going into Midtown Manhattan, Upper Manhattan, Harlem, Lower Manhattan. But if we can eliminate the traffic going around Jersey, then it's just going to make our roads a lot clearer, and then hopefully the traffic going in and out of the tunnels should be a little bit smoother. So, and then we can move on to Manhattan. So let's see if we can sort out Fort Lee. Let's pause the game for a bit. So so what lines have we got here? And as you can see, we've got no local bus services here at all. Right, so there's tons of this which is just not covered at all. So let's do first of all, let's sort out the roads a little bit. See, I'm thinking we need a road going up there. So I tell you what, let's extend you a little bit. Say like that. Have you coming in there? We'll extend this road out. Ooh, I don't like that very much. Let's try that. There we go. And it's see here, that's not going to produce something particularly nice. So I think what we'll do is maybe get rid of that one and have a road just going straight up there like that. Boom. Cool. And then I think we want to upgrade this to a wide road because it's, I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll do it anyway. So let's do upgrade to a wide road. Boom. And see, I think we should upgrade this road going up here to a wide road as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to upgrade that and that and that. Okay. So now we have got just a bus stop here. We need to turn that into a bus station for sure. So we'll grab a bus station. 4 platforms, I think. Yeah, 4 platforms, I think. Now the question is, where do I put it? Now, in terms of coverage, let's get rid of that. In terms of coverage, yeah, either here or here would be fine. I am kind of tempted to put it like there, because then it covers all the way up to the coast. Whereas if I put it there, we hardly get coastal coverage. So I think we're going to put it in there. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the bus stop. Boom. And then we put in the bus station. Let's try and line this up a little bit better. And like that looks about right-ish, kind of, sort of. And I'm just wondering whether I want to, yeah, put it a bit closer to this end. Now this is going to give us some fairly wonky roads and stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Right, that goes in there. We'll put an extra street access on this side. Now, what about, do I want a street access down there? Oh, too much slope, too much slope, too much slope, too much slope, ooh, too much slope. Okay, in that case, what about, can I put an extra one of those to get us, I would still like to have footpaths coming down here, but I don't think it's gonna happen. No, we're gonna have to live with it the way it is. But to be honest, it's fine because we already know that from there we've got coverage all the way down to there, so that's good. Okay, so now we can start thinking about local bus routes. Let's get bus stops. Where do we want local bus routes? I'm thinking we definitely want one, say, out here. So we'll put a bus stop in there. And I'm thinking one probably up this corner, up here. And have one around about there. Now we've got a big gap in here, so I'm thinking we put a stop maybe somewhere out here. You know what, let's put in a stop there. I'm going to extend this road. Oops, not upgrade. Yeah, let's do it like that. So let's extend this road, maybe curve it around a little bit like that. And, okay. How about we have a road going across there like that, and extend that through there. Okay, and then where would I want my bus stop? I'm thinking probably, say there maybe. Yeah, I'm going to put in a bus stop there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bus stops out there. Okay, now what we want is a line to handle this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to go from the station out to that one. Back to the station, out to that one, back to the station, to there, back to the station, to there, there, and there, like that. Now, I'm going to try this out and see how this works. I'm thinking that might be like a minor disaster. I'm just looking at it and thinking, that's not going to work. Now, you might think, well, why? That looks perfectly reasonable. Because, like, you know, people can jump on here and then they go to the central bus station and they could catch a bus going out. But they won't. What will happen is, like, people that want to go from here to here will get on the bus here and then they'll stay on it as it goes all the way around. And what you'll find is your buses are full. This is a problem with doing lines like this. So, no, this is a very, very bad idea. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of all of that and start again. So, get rid of you, thank you. So we're going to do it differently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a line that goes from there to there to there and back. And I'm going to have another line which goes there, there, there and back. And then I'm going to have a third line which just goes out there. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to need to set those lines up. And I'm going to have to do the same for the whole of Jersey. So North Bergen, Union City, Hoboken and Jersey City. And then we'll see what happens. Okay, it's all done. All done. So, let's have a quick look. We've got Fort Lee. I've put in a station there, bus station there. And then if we look at how the lines are set up. So, we've got 5 stops. And we've got one line going from this stop to the station and then to this stop. And then this to the station and this stop and then one out to here. What I've done is I've repeated that in North Bergen. So we've got a station from this stop to this, from this to this, and then one out to here. Then Hoboken is slightly, Union City. Union City's the same. So, well, not quite because we don't need a stop out here because Union City Station is a little bit further up and it actually covers this area. So we've just got from that stop to the station to that stop to the station to that stop. So it means that we've got kind of like for this area, you can either go to here or you can go to here. And then if you're here, you've got the intercity bus lines linking each of the main bus stations together. And then Hoboken's slightly different. Hoboken's different because I'm going to be putting in the Hoboken ferry. And we're going to have a line that's... I'm going to kind of link several of the lines together because for scale, it kind of doesn't really work. There's going to be a ferry terminal down in Battery Park, which mirrors reality, and then one at Hoboken, which mirrors reality, and then one in Midtown, which mirrors reality as well. Then there's one up somewhere in North Bergen, and then there's another one up here, and there's also a stop. I can't remember the number of the pier, but there's another pier up here in kind of the Harlem area. So I'm going to be putting that in, but that's for another day. That's for another day. Right now, so we've got Hoboken. I've put Hoboken Station down there, 6 platforms. Let's have a look. Have I got it kind of? Yeah, it's kind of sort of balanced out. And same kind of arrangement, but instead of going to a station in the middle, they're going like from this stop to this stop to this stop, from this to the station to this, and then one out to here. And then Jersey City, we go back to the original formula. So we've got the station in the middle, and we've got this stop to the station to this stop, and this stop up here to the station to this stop, and then we've got this stop out here. And that gives us like 100% coverage of every building that exists at the moment. Now, the problem is that having put all of this transport in, right, if we look at, I don't know, let's look at Hoboken as an example. So Hoboken, we are at 80% bonus growth because of the existing routes. I wonder how much that is going to grow. I guess we will see. So all that's left really is to crank it up and see what happens. Now let's just take a look. Before we crank it up, let's take a look at The situation. So we're expecting that Passaic and Rutherford should go down to well, Passaic should go down to virtually nothing. Rutherford will still have some going into Midtown Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, Harlem probably. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Where's Rutherford going to? Let's have a look. Where are Rutherford? Oh, Rutherford. Okay, so Rutherford. I mean, Rutherford, to be honest, isn't too bad. We've got a few going into Lower Manhattan, Midtown. I don't see anybody going to Harlem. Oh, we've got a couple going up to, well, one going up to Upper Manhattan, one going up to Melrose. Well, a couple actually going up to Melrose. And they go out as far as Elmhurst. In fact, one's gone out to Blooming Queens. Okay, but yeah, if we take a look at the bridges, there's only like 6 people from Rutherford going through there. There's a couple from Rutherford going through that one. If we take a look at, say, Union City, the situation's probably going to be substantially worse. Union City, whoops, let's go all the way to the end, pretty much. Union City. You know what? I prefer to look at, you know what, we'll look at Union City. I might look at Hoboken as well. So Union City, you can see, we've got like 35 people going through the tunnel, and they're going to like Manhattan, Harlem, Midtown, they're going out to the other side. They're going out to Long Island. So hopefully putting in this network will help to reduce it a little. Certainly it should help to reduce the traffic on the Jersey side. We should eliminate some of the traffic going through the tunnels, but we need the same kind of network in Manhattan and on that side as well in Long Island, on Long Island. So now let's crank it up and we'll kind of see what happens. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Now I've put in some additional depots, and you'll see the vehicles start to roll out from each of those depots. Now the problem's going to be that some of these vehicles are going to get tied up in the existing traffic. This is the George Washington Bridge going over here, and the George Washington Bridge is always a nightmare, like in reality. And I tell you what, the game is no different. The George Washington Bridge is like horrendous, but we'll see. Like, we're going to have to run this road. But look. Okay, now people were saying take out the traffic lights. Well, I have here because I've replaced this road going up here, and there's no traffic lights here. And this is what happens: people drive into the middle of the road, and they just jam the whole thing up. So taking out the traffic lights does not improve things. Trust me. Look, it's just gridlocked, and you get like one gets through, and then they inch about, one gets through. Nightmare, absolute nightmare. So I don't know. I'm gonna take a close look at that and see if maybe I need to put some of the traffic lights back in. In order to do that, we're gonna have to run the date forward a little bit. I tell you what, why don't we run the date forward a little bit anyway? Let's crank it up to 1x speed. We'll run this on for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, and we'll see how it works. Now, in terms of how many vehicles I've put on to the lines, what I've done is the lines that go like from one stop to the station to another stop, I've put 4 vehicles on, and then for the lines where it's just going out to one stop, so like this one, I've just put 2 vehicles on. So yeah, I'm expecting that some of these lines may get a little bit overwhelmed, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. It might work out okay. But you can see new buildings popping up. There's definitely going to be significant growth over here, I think. Let's have a look at Hoboken. Is it? Oh, yeah, well, okay. It was 80%. It's already up to 100%. And this number is climbing fairly rapidly. So I would expect that to bump up significantly. So I don't know. We may find that the improvements in the public transport are negated by the growth that they cause. But I'm hoping that once we roll this kind of network out, Manhattan and to Long Island and up to the Bronx as well. And we'd have to roll it down to this area down here, down towards Coney Island, Fort Hamilton. Once we do the whole thing like we've done Jersey, then we should actually see some results. But you know what? Yeah, we'll see. So let me run it on for, I don't know, I'll run it on for 2 or 3 years and we'll see if there's any bloomin' difference here at all. Okay, it's been running for a few years and the results really, really interesting. I actually paused the date in 1895, but it's only been paused for about a few months. Hang on a second. So what am I looking at? So look. Yeah, so you can see this is 92 to 93, 93 to 94, 94 to 95, and then this is 95. Yeah, we just paused. It's literally only been a couple of months that I've paused it. So, yeah, what's happened then? Well, it's really interesting. If we take a look at the traffic situation, you'll see. If we come out to Passaic, let's start with Passaic. So we come out to Passaic. There's only one car travelling from Passaic now. So I think it's safe to say that we've definitely sorted out the traffic in Passaic. And then if we look at Rutherford, same deal. We've got one car. In fact, it's probably the car from Passaic. So we've got one car, right? And then if we have a look around, like, so let's have a look at Fort Lee. You can see there's virtually like no traffic, right? Where we have got traffic, okay, you remember the George Washington Bridge? You know how it was like jammed coming in? Well, now it's not completely jammed going in. Look, it's flowing. It is actually flowing. I mean, it's only like halfway back over the bridge now. It's actually starting to move. If we go and look down at the tunnels, if it's still the same as it was, if we look at the tunnels, okay, let's go and look at this end of the tunnel. Okay, that one's still chock-a-block. I tell you what, I looked at this earlier, and it was actually only halfway back, so I guess it's filled up again. Let's have a look at this one. Now this one, look, it's moving. Now why is that, right? But the other side, chock-a-block, and the same with this one. That's chock-a-block coming in this way, and the same with the George Washington Bridge is chock-a-block coming out. But look at the George Washington Bridge. It's actually, like, this lane's completely clear. It's this lane that's, but it's moving. It's actually moving. And what's happened is, people who are coming out to Jersey are using public transport because it gets them everywhere, right? Whereas people in Jersey coming out have to drive their cars because we haven't got complete coverage. That is, I mean, I guess some people will say, well, yeah, obviously, but like that's, it's kind of a revelation to me that, like, if you pay that much attention to it, you can actually get that bigger result. So if we have a look, so look at this. We've got quite a few people wanting to come this way, but virtually nobody coming in on this side. And if we look at the, there's not actually like a huge amount of public transport wanting to go that way, apparently. Let's go and look over here. But you can see we still do have some sticky areas, and it's people wanting to go like into Manhattan and going to areas where we haven't got full coverage. I mean, look, yeah, lots of cars still wanting to go out, but not so many coming this way. And I tell you what, look at this. Even this is, oh my lord, are we actually like clearing this backlog? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I did change the traffic lights back to being traffic lights, And that's certainly helping the situation. The other thing that I did was I put in some waypoints. Well, you can see I've got waypoints in various places. And the reason for putting those waypoints in was to route some of these lines. So this yellow line that's going up here to Hoboken, that was going along the main road, right? So I've taken that traffic off the main road, and the same with this yellow line was going along the main road and then coming up here, and I've taken that off the main road. And the same with these pink and purple lines. They were going up this main road and then coming into here, and instead I've said like just go straight up there and then use these back roads, and that is definitely working a hell of a lot better. It's still obviously very, very sticky in certain places. It's basically around the two tunnel entrances. So the one there, the one here, still sticky. But look, it's definitely getting, well, it's definitely better than it was. I mean, the stuff is actually moving now, which is like staggering. How are things in Manhattan? Still pretty sticky down here, and obviously Brooklyn still like gridlock standstill. So yeah, we've actually made like genuine serious progress. By the way, if you're wondering how much it cost me to put all that stuff in, just over 20 million it cost. I had to borrow some money. I have actually repaid it now, so we're down to a zero loan. If we look at if we look at the charts, yeah, you can see I spent like a fortune. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see. What can we look at? You know what? Let's have a look at Passaic. So, okay. Well, we haven't got a build up here anymore because like I said, I put an extra couple of vehicles on. How's the line doing? Okay, we're still pretty much we're close to maxed out, but not quite. So that's kind of perfect. Then if we look at the finances, oh look. We have been making really good money on this line ever since. And my guess is that if we go and look at some of the lines around here. So let's have a look at Fort Lee 1. So this is going from here to there, back again. Yeah, not a huge amount of people. Only 5 people. We've been making a profit. No, we've never made a profit. So we could actually think about reducing the number of vehicles, but you've got to be careful that you don't take the frequency down too much. What about this line, Fort Lee 2? No, about the same. Yeah, probably not going to make a profit this year. What about, let's have a look. North Bergen 1, yeah, about the same. And North Bergen 2, oh, a few more. That one's actually making a profit. In fact, that's always made a profit, which is kind of nice. Alrighty. Now, how are the intercity routes doing? So, from Fort Lee to North Bergen, again, not so many. The thing is, I am wondering whether we even need these intercity routes, because you've essentially got, you can go to there, change onto a bus to go to there, and the same going this way. So I don't know whether we need these, but I think I'm going to leave them in because we just want lots and lots of coverage. But as you can see, stuff is moving. And down here, other than on kind of the main roads by the tunnels and bridges, where it is very, very sticky, stuff is moving around, which is very, very good. Look at the people. Look, we've got so many people that want to go from Hoboken to Union City. So we need to do some optimization. So I think next episode, maybe we do some optimization and we do the same thing for Manhattan and make sure that we've got absolutely 100% coverage. Because I know, I've been looking at Manhattan while I've been waiting for this to go. And you can see that, for example, we've got to stop there. Let's see, this will be Manhattan 13. You look at the Manhattan 13 line, right? And there's too big a gap, right? So we've got that stop there up to there, and then that stop up to there. So there's a huge area here which is just not covered. We've got the Midtown Manhattan stop, which I can't click on, right? Yeah, so there's a big gap of uncovered territory. We need to cover all of those. So, oh man, I am excited to do the centre of Manhattan. And then, so I think maybe do the centre of Manhattan, do some optimising, and then look at doing the west end of Long Island. Oh, that would be, if we could actually like really sort the traffic. Whoa, what an achievement that would be. But this is definitely moving way better than it has been. All right, guys, we will leave it there for this super duper traffic busting episode. And I'll catch you for the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.